Tell us about this lawsuit. What is really the core purpose of it?
The lawsuit has two counts in it. Number one, we're asking the courts to determine the rights and powers and duties of the governor and the Alabama Historical Commission concerning monuments, what they can do. The second part of it is asking the courts to enjoin them from or stop or prohibit them from replacing, relocating, destroying any type of monument, object, emblem of significant historical value for the state of Alabama.
Well, I think the general public, myself included in the beginning until I educated myself, thinks this is about the flag. What you're
Yes.
telling me is it's way more than a flag.
Yes, sir, it's way more than the flag. The basis of why we filed the lawsuit occurred on June the 24th, whenever Governor Bentley ordered the Confederate flags removed from the Confederate Memorial Monument located on the Alabama State Capitol grounds. That is what that is the beginning of all kinds of things that's happened, just like all over the Southeast. It started just like in South Carolina, spread to Alabama, and now it looks like it's going all over to Georgia, Tennessee, all the other states. I know that, Homewood has the school boards talk about the rebel and the mascots. I think Mississippi's is considering doing something with the flag. So it's kind of got widespread. It went big.
Well, reading through your lawsuit, it seems to me that you're trying to protect an entire culture that goes
Yes.
back many decades. It's not about a flag. It's about a culture.
Yes, sir, it
Heritage.
is. Give you a little bit of a lesson. The U.S. Congress in 1966 passed a law called the National Historic Preservation Act of 1966. What that act did is it said that all 50 states and the 9 territories under the control of the United States has to set up a state historic preservation office so that you can permanently preserve, and promote things of historical significance for each state. In Alabama, we set up the Alabama Historic Commission. It is by statute, by the legislature, enacted a statute says, Alabama Historic Commission, here you are, here's how many members you are, and you are charged with the duty of coming up with a plan how you're going to permanently preserve the history of Alabama, beginning with the archaeological era, going through the Indian era, the French, Spanish, British, colonial, Confederate, and American eras. So it says from the beginning to the present, anything of historical significance, you are charged with protecting it, promoting it, and permanently preserving it. So what I have done is filed a lawsuit challenging the authority of Governor Bentley to alter or to change a part of Confederacy era. You can't pick out one era and say we're not going to promote it, preserve it, whatever else, we're going to do these other ones because you're going down a slippery slope.
Doing a little research, my understanding is the governor is on the Alabama board that you're talking about, correct?
Yes, sir. The Alabama Historical Commission is made up of 20 members. One of the members is the governor. He's an ex officio member. He also gets to elect 13 or gets to appoint 13 of the other members. So he essentially has 14 members, him and 13 members that he is associated with or has the duty to appoint on that board. The other 6 is the lieutenant governor, the speaker of the House, and 2 or 3 of the other ones. So that commission, it has requirements of what they can, what they can't do, what duties, and this is statewide for the commission. But now that commission is set up because of federal laws in there. And what I'm alleging is that even with the statutes that I've read, I've seen nothing where they even have the authority to alter or to change any type of monuments. they are statutorily mandated to preserve and promote objects, historical and significantly anything with the history of the state of Alabama
And so,
heritage.
And so I guess that brings up the true question of the lawsuit is what is the governor's authority? What is the Alabama Historical Commission's authority in dealing with all this, correct?
Exactly. That is the basis of the lawsuit. My allegations is that he does not have the authority to do it. So we will have a judge to decide his authority and the Alabama Historical Commission's authority, what their duties are. And then we'll see what happens. If the judge rules that he didn't have the authority, I also have an injunction that says stop him from doing anything else. And that injunction at any point, I've not requested the judge to do, the courts to do anything now. I've not done it. At any time during this lawsuit, I can file a motion to judge, give us a hearing, stop, issue an order, hear our sides of the story, issue an order stopping what's going on. So, if these events keep unfolding, things keep on, starts happening, other orders are entered or things, whatever else, we have that ability to file the motion and ask the court to, hey, stop what's going on. But if this...
I'll look at many news sources, and they're stating that there was a restraining order filed by you, and the judge denied it. Is that inaccurate?
Yeah. I believe that the news stations that they are reporting, some of them has probably reported half the story. What really happened is there was an order entered saying that there is no, as a motion for temporary order has been denied. I have not requested a temporary order. I've not requested an order where saying, Judge, this is an emergency situation, issue an order, don't listen to the other side. I have not requested that yet. One of the counts in the lawsuit is requesting an injunction, a preliminary injunction to stop what's happening, and then at a later date, when you finally have a trial, enter a permanent injunction so that the governor cannot do this. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. At some given point, I can file a motion to judge, please set this case for hearing, enter a preliminary injunction after you've heard my side of the story and their side of the story, and stop what's happening.
This is obviously a nationwide issue. At least the rest of the nation is looking at it very closely because it's a whole region involved with things of this nature. You're not just one small attorney in Cullman County fighting a governor. It strikes me as you're putting a little bit of the whole country on your back here in this lawsuit. I
have received a lot of support, and people from all over the country, all different colors, all different races, I've got a lot of support from it. Now, I know there are a lot of people and maybe some groups that try to spin it and make it look like it's racist or whatever else. This lawsuit is not about a flag. It is not about racism, slavery, a promotion in there. That is not the purpose of this lawsuit. This lawsuit is to stop, is to challenge the governor's authority of what he did.